Hey, what's up everybody? Dylan here from Iceberg TV. Today we've got our hands on a very special disc. I believe these are mostly unreleased at this point. We're talking about the Proton time-lapse today. I've got 4 other time-lapses that we're going to compare it to today. Kind of staring directly into the sun here. We're actually going to go out to the course and test these out on the course as well. We're going to shoot over to Eastway and see if we can get some birdies with these discs as well, particularly the Proton time-lapse. But we also just dropped time-lapses and a bunch of other discs, molds, with the new Scorpion stamp. This thing looks absolutely cool. This is a time-lapse as well. And then I've got my original run time-lapse that I threw into the pavement, I think 100 times at this point. I've got the Dolphin stamped pre-tooled time-lapse, and then we have the new special edition time-lapse as well. Yeah, let's give everything just 2 throws, 1 down, 1 back, and then we're gonna go meet Grant out at the course. So you guys will get to see the time lapses fly. My arm speed about 58 to 60, and then Grant's arm speed like 65 to 68. So yeah, hopefully this is a beneficial video for you guys to see if you'll be excited about the new time lapse or not. This is the 100 times into the pavement time lapse. Flies like a beauty. Feels like it's gonna slice your fingers off when you throw it. This is the new Scorpion Neutron time-lapse. This is 174 grams. I've actually never thrown this one. So this is an out-of-the-box, brand new, retooled time-lapse. Kind of flies like the pavement slammed one, to be honest. Held a nice neg 1 turn through most of the mid-flight and then had a little push back to the left at the end. This is a retooled Neutron time-lapse that I've thrown a few times. Little too much height on that one, but handling the power no problem, getting nice distance. So retooled Proton time-lapse. This is my first shot with it. Shout out Jeremy from Part-Time Disc Golf for letting me borrow this. 172 grams. Wow. Maybe a little bit more stable and a little bit more flat than the Neutron ones. Let's go give that 1 more throw back, and then I'll see you guys out at the course. So I'm assuming there will be some lucky people out there that get Proton time-lapse in their Gyrapalooza box in the form of a factory second. There's a few really good chase discs, as they say, in the gyro boxes this year. They have the Lab Second Bokehs, the Lab Second Aspects. I'm assuming Lab Second Proton time-lapses, which I haven't seen any of in circulation yet. But I'm sure some people will get one. Also, Proton Detours. There's a couple other chase discs out there. Let me know what you guys would really be happy to get in your Gyrapalooza box in the comments down below. Use my link in the description below. There's $10 off gyro boxes this year at discgolfdealsusa.com/icebergtv. So we have the Proton on the right, special edition on the left. Side profiles look very similar, I would say. The dome on the special edition is a little bit more pronounced, and for that reason I do expect the Neutron to go a little bit further than the Proton. So we have a little bit of a headwind coming in, which is going to be a really great way to test out some of the stability of these time lapses. They're all pretty close to max weight, so the weight doesn't superly matter. One of my favorite ones is the one that's been thrown into the pavement. It's that first run one that was just so unthrowably overstable, nobody could actually throw them. And throwing into the pavement actually kind of fixed it. Flying like a true neg 1-2, neg 1-3 after getting severely damaged by the pavement. This is the Dolphin stamped one. This is 173 Domi Neutron. Now, I thought that one was a pre-tooled one. I could be wrong. I think that's a pre-tooled one, but honestly, I'm unsure. Now we've got special edition, retooled Neutron time-lapse. Getting a beautiful neg 1 turn. Nice hard fade back at the end. I still think the time-lapse is a bit more stable than a new destroyer for me at least. Then we've got the new stamp, the Scorpion. Got these in a bunch of molds at Disc Golf Deals USA. Save 10% by using my link in the description below. Let's pound these last two nice and flat. New Time-Lapse. Still beefy, but throwably beefy. It's that reliable beef that still goes far enough to get the job done. All right, Proton Time-Lapse, firm, as flat as I can with a little bit of height. I suspect it's still going to wind up hyzering out to the left pretty good. Wow, we actually got a little bit of turn out of it. Not like real angle deviation, but at least it kind of held the line for a bit longer than I was expecting. It flies very similar to the Neutron retool Time-Lapse, but because they did come out a bit more flat, I just don't really see that hold, like a little bit more hold when you have a little bit more dome on the disc. It tends to hang on to that line a little bit longer. I actually at least so far, prefer the Neutron to the Proton. I like the hand feel of the Proton because it's nice and stiff, but I really hope the production run molds up a little bit domier than that one.
These guys are perfectly harmless. He is incredibly straight though. Like he should be like coiling up around me right now.
He has like, it looks like claw marks or something on the front and the back.
So he's already tired maybe.
Oh, right here? Yeah, these are just like scars from probably like interactions.
All right, so it is the following day. We ran out of daylight over at Eastway. It was really cool to see Grant, who's throwing about 5 to 8 miles an hour faster than me. I'm throwing like 60. He's throwing like 65 to 68, 69. He was getting this to hyzer flip, hold a turn. Even when he threw it a little too high, it held a big turn through most of the flight on hole 2. He threw an absolute bomb with this disc. It was basically flying like a neutral high-speed driver once you're pushing about 70 miles an hour. But if you're anywhere 60 or below, it's gonna fly for you how it flies for me, which is pretty overstable. So let's throw this. We'll throw the new Scorpion, and then we'll throw my other special edition one here. And yeah, we'll give, I guess we'll throw the Scorpion and the retooled first. This is the Scorpion retooled Neutron. Wow, mega overstable. I kind of feel like there's like a right to left going on there. I feel like I really connected pretty good on that shot. This is the retooled. Yeah, I think we might be dealing with a nice tailwind or something because these are flying pretty overstable. Now we got the Proton. Yeah, we have a tail right to left. That actually makes sense now that I feel it come through. Let's throw the Proton. Yeah, wow. Holy cow, in a tailwind. That thing's not going anywhere. It's flying super overstable. I'd be super interested to see a lighter weight Neutron Time-Lapse or a lighter weight Proton Time-Lapse, something in the low 160s. I feel like I could really get it up to speed. And because it is so reliably stable, then we're talking about like bomber disc territory for me. But at the moment, anything pushing max weight with the Time-Lapse, it's still a Time-Lapse. It's big beef, unless you're getting it close to 70 miles an hour. So it was really good to go out and see Grant, who's throwing really hard right now, see him really rip on the thing and see what it can really do when you truly get it up all the way up to speed. Yeah, now that I'm down here, I can really feel a stiff head left to right coming in. Hopefully it helps us hold a little bit more turn. I am definitely curious to see how these fly into a pretty strong headwind. We don't have a ton of like ripping winds here in Charlotte, so we got a nice opportunity to just rip them into a headwind flat and see if we get a little bit more turn. This is the special edition, then we'll throw the Scorpion, then we'll throw the Proton. So even when throwing into this headwind, getting a bit more natural flight, a bit more intended line, but man, still pretty darn stable, I'd say. When you don't release it flat, even into that headwind, look at that. Just swinging right over almost immediately. And then we got the Proton. I'm hoping with this flatter profile, it's gonna hold a little bit more turn for us here. I like super ripped over on that one, and it still kind of found its way to flat. But at least it kind of stayed turned over, even though I really yanked over on it. So it can be turned if you force it at least. All right, we'll throw them in the same order here. The Scorpion ones seem to be pretty stable. Someone let me know in the comments down below, how can you tell if one is pre-tooled versus retooled? And then I wonder if any of the pre-tooled ones found their way into the retooled batches, because this thing seems pretty beefy. This is the new Scorpion stamp. I'll throw everything on a flick. That one is just so stable, skipping clean over the bridge. Wow. I remember when I originally tested this one, I was really happy with how it was flying, especially on the forehand. Yeah, that's a more standard flight, something I can control. That Scorpion one is just mega beef. Then we've got the Lizotte Proton Time-Lapse forehand. Yeah, that's much more neutral, much more manageable. Definitely not flipping or deviating angles, but holding onto the line a lot longer than the Neutron one. And I assume that's because the more flattened profile. All right, last 3 throws of the day. This is a perfect shot shape for just a driven forehand, and then we fade over to the right, up towards the Gulf area. Scorpion thing is super beef, man. Let's do like flat slash, maybe even a touch of Anheuser. Yeah, that thing really just wants to it reminds me of the prototype ones. It wants to get to the ground, doesn't want to go super far, and just wants to get stable, like right away. Should have had Grant throw that one a few times. This is the retooled Neutron 173. So that is so much more manageable than the Scorpion one. I'm wondering if the Scorpion one somehow are the old run. Even though that's new artwork, wondering if MVP sold them first run ones. That is very interesting to me. And now we've got, I'm excited about this shot right here. Let's just punch it really hard, really flat, go for a little more distance. Yeah, just so beefy. But we made it all the way up to the flag. That's the thing about the new retooled time-lapse is they do go. That's the benefit that they have. They are stable, but they carry so much farther than the prototypes did. All right, guys, Proton time-lapse. Shout out to Jeremy from Part-Time Disc Golf for letting me borrow this for today's video. Shout out to Grant for showing us how it flies at more of a pro-level arm speed. Grant getting the disc very close to 70 miles an hour, which is very impressive. So go subscribe to his channel. Proton time-lapse, man, it's not something that's going to go into my bag, but I think it's something that's going to find its way into a lot of players' bags simply just because of the popularity of Simon Lizotte. I personally like the Neutron version much better, simply for the reason that's got just a hair more dome, and it seems to have a little bit more forgiving flight. Just like stable, flat drivers don't make their way into my bag very often because at that point, I'd rather just throw like a Firebird or my Pine. If I want to throw something that's like super overstable and swings hard and doesn't go far, there are other discs I would rather throw in that slot. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you excited for the Proton time-lapse? Use my link in the description below to save 10% at discgolfdealsusa.com/icebergtv. Gyro boxes are $10 off at the site. Use my link in the description below. Get yourself a gyro box or any other discs. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.